Hello everyone. Earlier I made a video and I promised that I would be reviewing the Smok Rolo Badge, and so here it is. I'll also be giving you some tips and some tricks about what I've had to do to keep it going and stuff like that. Now, first of all, I think it's a great product, especially if you want to stop smoking. That's what my intention was, so I stopped smoking. First off, a lot of people call it the the Smok Rolo Badge. Now it's spelled that way, but if you think about it, I'm pretty sure they just took the E off of it. Not much of a focus there, is there? Pretty sure they just took the E off of it because, I mean, technically what you're doing is smoking or vaping or whatever you want to call it. But in essence, a smock is something you wear. So I would say it's probably the Smok Rolo Badge. Anyway, just a guess, just my opinion on that. So a lot of internet reviews are going to tell you that it lasts about 1 to 3 weeks. That is very untrue. I've had mine now for a month and probably 2, 3 weeks. And I've also not smoked one cigarette for that amount of time as well. Now, I guess it depends on how much you use it. I mean, one can only tell that, if you use it all the damn time, it's going to go bye bye a lot faster, obviously. But with me, honestly, I do use it a lot, and quite frankly, it's stuck in there really well for me. Um, I've gotten to the point though, where, and a lot of people probably will, where you think it's broke, where you try to get a hit and you get nothing. It's not actually broke. Um, the seal is messed up on there. After so much use, the seal gets messed up. What I like to do is every now and then, I got two of them, so I'll charge the other one and I'll turn it upside down while the other one's charging, and that way it gives it time to get the crap out of there. Because eventually, while you're smoking out of it, that oil and everything is going to get into there, and it's going to clog the machine up. Also, inside of there, there's a couple connectors, and those are going to kind of get messed up after a while. You can clean it out with a Q-tip, and that's generally what I do. Easy peasy. I've not had a single bit of problems with it, even though now it's not working like it was. I'm still not having any problems with it. Um, and I'll get into that here in a second. First of all, I want to say that, I am not affiliated with Smoke or Smok at all. I'm just doing a review on their product. I do, however, really, really like the product. I would recommend it to anybody that's wanting to get off the smoking cigarette scene. You got a lot of people out there that are worried about switching from cigarettes to smoking the vaporizers. Well, honestly, I've done some research on it, and the only thing that I can really find is there was a girl that got popcorn lung or water lung from, apparently, from what people said, misreported, from vaping. I guess she vaped 3 days, 3 weeks before she got this popcorn lung, and she got really sick. Well, apparently, from what I've researched, it was actually an allergy to propylene glycol, which is one of the main ingredients in the juice that you're going to get. Now, I wouldn't worry about it. I can breathe better. I can smell better. My overall health, I think, is better. I have more energy, and my teeth are actually finally getting white. I mean, they're still a little yellow, but overall, man, I mean, the benefits outweigh the crap that happens when you're smoking cigarettes. Now, to start off with, when you're going to get one of these, I would personally go online and get them. They're cheaper, $15 generally, as opposed to $30 in a vape shop. So you're going to be saving half the amount of money that you spent, which can go towards these little tops that you're going to end up having to refill. And I'll get into that too. You can save these for a long time. You actually don't need to be throwing these away. So overall, my opinion on the Smok Rolo Badge is get it. It's awesome. It is an absolutely amazing product. At first, if you're going from smoking to vaping, you're going to cough like a mofo for about 2 weeks every time you hit one of these things. You got to be really careful, especially if you go with the salt nicks, which I would do. If you're going to quit smoking, get a good 50 milligram salt nick. And the reason that is it still gives you the good throat hit. It makes you cough. You're not going to want a cigarette. It's going to satisfy you. It's going to make you cough. It's just going to happen. You're going to feel like shit coughing. You pass out coughing. It gets bad. But in the long run, you're going to be able to smoke like a champ after you get past that throat feeling. Within the first couple weeks, you're going to start coughing up a lot of that black crap in the back of your throat from smoking cigarettes. And honestly, if you think about it like I do, a vaporizer, if you use one in your house, is going to throw humidity and vapor into the air and help you breathe better. So in essence, if you ask me my opinion, I would say that it's actually probably breaking the crap up in the back of your throat, vaporizing it, and that's why you're hacking and coughing and having fits. So it takes time to get used to. But I would still 150% recommend it. I haven't had a craving for a cigarette. I do, however, have the oral fixation that is attributed to smoking cigarettes. And so I do pick this up quite a bit. Or I should say I did. Not so much anymore. I can, go do chores around the house and do whatever without having to pick it up every 5 seconds now. In fact, it's really went down quite a bit. I don't vape a lot. Now, what I did is I got a bunch of these, and my objective is to, as soon as I'm done with all the e-juices that I have, is to switch to an actual mod, one of the bigger ones with a tube coming out of it, with a 6 milligram e-liquid. And the reason that is right now, what I'm doing is trying to completely curb the cravings of smoking cigarettes completely. So, with that being said, once I get to the point where I am absolutely comfortable and I'm out of e-liquid, the Nick salts for this, I'm going to switch to a lower 6 milligram e-liquid for the mods. Now, and people a lot of times wonder if they can put the mod juice in these. No, don't. Do the salt nicks in these. It's a thicker juice, and that's what these are made for. You're going to have trouble. It's going to run down into the inner workings and stuff. It's just going to flow through here a lot faster, and it's going to leak a lot more. I just wouldn't do it. Usually when this gets low, I'll turn it upside down, and you can look up against the light and see where it's at and kind of swish it around, so to speak, and get it down on the bottom, and then turn it over and swish it around real good so it absorbs the cotton in there. Now, you'll notice as you smoke progressively, it's going to start getting dark in there. The juice is going to get really dark. Don't throw it away. What I do is I take a soft Q-tip with the hole inside of it, and I cut the ends off, and then I'll take the rubberized gaskets right here and pinch them with this finger. I'll take the tube of the Q-tip and I'll blow all the nasty juice out, and then I'll shake it out really good. And then what I do is I put the ends that I cut off with the Q-tips into the little holes and just shove them in there real good. And then I set that on top of a toilet paper tube just so it can continue to get everything out of there. And then once that's done, wipe it off real good and go at it again. And that's how you can save these things for quite a long time. Now, like I said earlier, people think that these are broke when you're trying to take hits and the light's not coming on. Or a lot of people got to really push and it's not working. And they're like, what the hell? It's broke. Well, it's not. It's just the gaskets inside. There's too much airflow and it's not registering the fact that you're taking a hit. So I've seen videos where people put it all in their mouth. Nah, man, I ain't about putting things in my mouth that I don't have to. Not all the way in my mouth anyway. Food is one exception. That's all right with me. Now, all you gotta do, man, is just seal that gasket up. Bam. Done. It'll last you even longer. You don't have to throw it away. I mean, $15 isn't a lot of money, but for me, being broke and not having a job, $15 is a lot of money. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away. Now, I bought 6 of these badges, I believe it was. Um, 4 of them are still in my room. I'm just cycling between 2 of them, and it's working fine. As a matter of fact, if you get 2 of them and you cycle between the 2, the wear and tear on one isn't going to be as bad because you can go back and forth. So I would suggest doing that. And the Salt Nicks, personally, I would start out with a tobacco flavor, just because you're going to notice about 2-3 weeks after vaping the plain old tobacco flavor that it's getting disgusting. The taste, the smell, and even like smelling people's tobacco in public is nasty smelling, and that's a good sign. You want that. I also have flavored Nick salts. I have strawberry, I have blueberry. In those, I started out with the strawberry, which I should not have done because now it's sitting there in my drawer, and it's just sitting there, and that's not good. I want to waste this nasty ass tobacco flavor first because I don't care for it anymore. Now that I haven't smoked as much, I do not care for the smell and the taste of tobacco. It gives me a headache. So basically, I would suggest just going ahead with the tobacco flavors first, getting rid of those, and then switching to a flavored Nick salt. Um, Now, in storing your Nick salts, you want to make sure that you put them in a cool, dark place. I've heard people refrigerate them as well. Um, I don't. I just put them in a drawer where it's dark in my room, where a lot of times when I sleep, I like to open the window because I prefer being cold and cuddling in my blankets. So I'll just do that, and it works fine. And like I said, people want to scare you from vaping. They do. They want to scare you. The main people that want to scare you is the government, the FDA, and I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that because the Federal Drug Administration wants everything to pass through them before you get it on the market because they make money off of everything that passes through them. So of course they're going to be pissed off if you're getting something from a vape shop that isn't passing through the Federal Drug Administration. Well, it's propylene glycol, vegetable oil, and nicotine, and then whatever flavorings. Propylene glycol is in like freaking everything. Vegetable oil you use to cook with. Nicotine, the percentage of nicotine in these is a lot less than a cigarette. You got like 1.5 milligrams of nicotine in a single cigarette. Whereas this is, if you get a 50 milligram bottle, 50 milligrams. Bam. You're cutting down in half. Right there. I mean, and you're not getting as much because you got the propylene glycol, the vegetable oil, and the flavorings too. So you're honestly, with each hit, you're not getting that much nicotine. It's a lot healthier for you. I've noticed that I can talk a lot better. I'm not as tired. I can breathe better. I can smell better. So yeah, uh, smoking is 190% bad for you. Of course, I'm making this figure up, but it's horrible for you. Vaporizers, no, dude, you're going off of bullshit off of the internet. You're listening to stories. I mean, look at media these days anyway. Can you really trust them? No, trust yourself. Go out and try it. Give it at least 3 weeks to a month. If you're not feeling better, if you haven't curbed your cravings, then quit. That's all you got to do. But I guarantee you, if you smoked for 25 years like I did, and you felt like shit, didn't want to get out of bed, like wretched every fucking morning, it's a good switch. It's a damn good switch. Not to mention the money I'm saving, dude. Oh my god. I went down to instead of buying Marlboro and name brand stuff off of the shelf there in the gas stations, I went down to starting to roll my own cigarettes. I bought the $35 roll your own machine. I was getting the bags and the filters myself and doing it myself, which was saving me huge amounts of money. And I was happy with that, but they were still killing me. And so when I made the switch, um, you know, hell, I probably in all spent maybe $300 on all of my kits, all my e juices and everything else. But I have had one bottle that I've broke into, and then some out of the strawberry for this month and a half, and that's it. So it's saving me money. It is saving me gobs of money. Money that I don't have because I'm non-employed, but I wished I was right now. Unfortunately, some circumstances happened in my life, and my mom died of cancer, lung cancer. And that's one of the reasons, since I moved to the city with my sister, I saw what happened to my mom, and I was just like, no, fuck that. And it's just sadistic and fucked up that the cigarette companies are allowed to keep running. They're killing people and they're making huge amounts of money off of you. So kick them in the ass and tell them to kiss your ass. Quit. Buy a vape. Go to casa.org and support the movement, please. It's a healthy alternative. And if you're a weed smoker, I'm not, you can get your shit in this. You can get CBD oil, THC, stuff like that in there too. So, I mean, there's another plus for you. I mean, really. So, check it out. I mean, think about it, dude. If you're a weed smoker, dude, you can have one of these fancy little gadgets around with you all the time. People are going to think it's just a vaporizer. Get yourself fucking high, dude. You know? And then have another one around for your nicotine, dude, so you can breathe. I mean, shit, dude. It's plus plus everywhere you look. Like I said, I don't smoke. I don't condone it. I did smoke for years, and I just finally said no. And then the cigarettes, after my mom passed away, no, no. Even if I stop vaping, no. I'm done with cigarettes. I can't stand the smell. I can't stand the taste. And I don't like my teeth being 3 shades of brown and feeling like absolute shit every day. So, with that being said, Smok Rolo Badge. Check it out. It is amazing. Like I said, don't throw it out. Just seal it up right here where it comes apart. You can take these little prongs and just lightly pull on them, just really lightly with a needle nose, and then clean it out real good with a Q-tip. I kind of stomp it on the table just to try to get everything out of there. I've even taken a lighter and warmed it up real good. Not hot, but just nice and warm. And then just set it upside down and let it set so it gets the goop out of there. And these are little things that you can do to keep this going. You don't have to throw it away. But then, like I said, just get the seal right there, both your fingers. I kind of press down and in, so my skin kind of seals around it. Bam, dude, done. So I hope this video has been at least somewhat informative for you, and I hope if you're a smoker and you feel like crap every day waking up that you'll at least try making the switch. It's worth it. And you know, give it a couple weeks, give it 2-3 weeks, because at first you're going to be coughing your brains out, like I said, and it's going to seem like you did the wrong thing. At first, your lungs, your throat are going to just go ape shit over it because it will burn. It is going to burn. It's going to make you feel weird for a while, and you can still get dizzy off of it. There's still nicotine in it, so you just got to keep that in mind. And after 2-3 weeks, if you're not feeling better, then, I mean, go back to fucking cigarettes if you want to kill yourself. But honestly, I wouldn't. I would keep trying.